Hey guys, so we're in the middle of race prep, but I thought it'd be a good opportunity to talk a little bit about our OMF wheels that we run and why we run them. So each one of these wheels they call it a three-piece wheel. The reason they call it a three-piece wheel is because you've actually got an outer shell right here, and then you've got your center, which is actually a billet center. It's a billet steel center, and then of course you've got your locking ring on the outside, which is your beadlock, as most people know it. So the neat thing about these wheels is, so these shells are a spun aluminum shell, and this is something that's made by, well, Douglas Wheel makes them, and there's a couple of manufacturers that makes them. So OMF gets these wheels, they get a bare shell, and then they take that bare shell, and these outer rings here are actually made out of billet steel, or billet aluminum, billet aluminum, and this is actually welded to the outside of this shell, okay? So now that really strengthens the whole structure of this wheel right there. And then they also go on the other side and they weld in a reinforcing ring here. So it makes the wheel super rigid and very strong. The difference between this and a cast wheel is if a cast wheel takes a really hard hit, typically it's going to break or crack, and obviously you're going to get a leak, you're going to lose a tire, and so on. These will actually bend a little bit before anything bad happens. So when they bend, a lot of times, most times, they'll actually retain the bead, and you can actually still run on them. So if you hit them hard enough, obviously it's going to break the tire. But that's a really neat thing. So OMF is actually able to recondition these wheels for us a number of times because of the strength of this outer circle here. So we have the outer shell, then we've got the inner. You've got your center here, which you can see how thick that is. It's got a standoff that allows us to clear our brakes. Those go in here, and then obviously they get bolted. They get 22 bolts that hold this center in. So that's kind of what I've been doing for the last couple of days, is putting these wheels together. So makes for a really strong wheel, and it actually allows you a little bit of option too, because we can actually run this wheel like this with a an inset or a negative offset, or we can put this on the other side. We can come in here, and then we can have a little bit deeper wheel. So it gives you a lot of options. The wheels are super durable, and I'll tell you what, we've been running them for years now, and we can't be happier with how they perform durability. So OMF wheels, check them out.